You know what's crazy? Every year, EA drops another football game, slaps a new number on it, and somehow it feels worse than the last one. FC25? Honestly, I've had some fun with mods and tweaks, sure, but the base game, it's got issues. And you know, some of them are just small annoyances, but others are straight up immersion killers. And the worst part, most of these things have been broken for years, and yet they are still here. It's like a bad rush that just won't go away. So in this video, I'm breaking down the 5 biggest things that I think EA needs to fix if FC26 has any hope of feeling like a real football game. We will talk about stuff that's been driving me mad, and based on what I've seen online, I know I'm not the only one. And hey, if you're tired of crappy FC games being the same broken game year after year, then make sure to check my videos on older football titles. I also provide in the video description a link to the store that I've been using to get older Pro Evo or FIFA games that are unavailable through official stores, so make sure to check it out. And don't forget to let me know in the comment section about your wish list for FC26. What do you want to be improved in the game? Alright, let's get into my wish list for FC26. We will start with much needed gameplay improvements. Honestly, if I had to pick just one thing that kills immersion like nothing else in FC25, it's the running animations. You know, ever since EA switched to the Frostbite engine back in 2017, running has steadily gotten worse every single year. Like, yeah, the running animations were fine up until, let's say, FIFA 22, but from FIFA 23 onwards, man, the running became simply atrocious. For me, the way players run in the newest EA football games is an absolute immersion breaker. I seriously cannot watch it without cringing. And it's not just about the feet planting or the skating effect, though those things are a big part of it. The whole running animation set of players feels completely off. Like seriously, each player looks like their arms, legs, upper body belong to different characters all moving separately. They are just so damn disjointed. So for FC26 to be a good football game, EA absolutely needs to improve this aspect of gameplay. And you know, there is some potentially good news here. EA acquired TrackUp Technologies, which provides high-fidelity data points that should, at least in theory, help create more immersive and realistic animations in the game. So on one hand, that sounds promising, right? But on the other, well, we've heard big promises before. Hypermotion sounded great on paper too, at first, and we all know how that turned out. Alright, now let's talk about the second item on this wish list for FC26. And this one has been pissing me off for years now. The 1v1 defensive mechanic introduced back in FIFA 20. Yep, we are talking about this one mechanic that made your whole team turn into traffic cones the moment you go on defense. I haven't heard a single person saying that this change was good. It was basically a terrible change, and I really don't get why EA keeps bringing this back every single year. Defense was so much better and more realistic back in older FIFA titles. Your team actually marked players and cut off passing lanes. If you don't believe me, just watch the footage that I'm showing you on this video. My players actually do stuff on defense. Like, yeah, EA created skill gap as they wanted with introduction of this mechanic, but this resulted in unrealistic football experience with unfun micromanagement. And turning off AI logic to make the game more challenging is as revolutionary as having your children becoming amoebas and calling it evolutionary success. So for FC26 to be a good football game again, we need EA to go back to FIFA 19 and prior titles' defensive systems. Have your team actually do something useful on defense. Make attacking smart enough that you can have challenge while replicating actual football on defensive end in your game. Otherwise, it's just lazy, it's frustrating, and it's not fun nor realistic. Now, moving on, one thing that really stood out in FC25 is how, well, samey everything felt in the game. It doesn't matter if you're playing Real Madrid or Wrexham. Once the match kicks off, the AI kind of blurs into one generic scripted opponent. You don't feel that tactical identity, you don't feel individual brilliance of players. It's all kinda same. Now, to be fair, once you start using gameplay modes like Ant James on PC, the experience gets better, sure. With gameplay modes, you feel like players have different tendencies. Team shapes make more sense, and overall matches seem more distinct. It's a big step up, you know, but that's the problem. Team identity and individual players' personalities shouldn't be mod related to make FC play like real football. What I want for FC26 is for this depth to be baked in by default. I want proper team styles, visible player traits, smart CPU behavior. I want to feel the difference between City patiently building up and Leipzig flying at me in transition. I want to recognize a playmaker by how he moves on the pitch and looks for the space, not just by his rating or golden playstyle plus icon above his head. And most importantly, it needs to work across all game modes and platforms, including Ultimate Team, where most players spend their time, and mods are not an option. Let everyone feel football DNA during the match, not just PC crowd with modding access. Because, you know, FC25 had the framework, the ideas were there, but the execution flat. Alright, now let's switch gears up a little bit. Moving away from gameplay itself, I want to talk about something perhaps just as important for immersion, the match presentation. See, since Martin Tyler and Alan Smith left the FIFA series a few years back, the commentary has felt totally flat. It's lost all its wit, character and energy, and listening to it now is like hearing a robot read bullet points. No passion, no personality. I also miss those classic commentary updates about the wider football world, like in FIFA 14 or 16, where commentators would throw in nuggets about your player wanting to leave, interest from other clubs, or perhaps major league moves. It was the stuff that made your career mode feel alive and dynamic at the same time. Oh, and don't get me started on the hypermotion replay system. I want this stuff gone. Bring back real, proper replays that actually celebrate the goal. Give us that rush, that moment of pure football cinema. Remember how good replays were in older FIFAs? No awkward gimmicky camera angles, no pointless stats cluttering the screen while you're still buzzing from the goal. Just smooth, dramatic action that makes you want to watch it again and again. Honestly, it's wild when you think about how much this video game series has devolved over time. Like, EA lost so many features over years of what made FIFA great in the past. So for FC26, I really want to see EA put more emphasis back on presentation, to bring back immersion, excitement, and that genuine football atmosphere we all crave in a video game. Alright, let's wrap up this wishlist with something that is not talked about enough: the user interface. Because honestly, FC25 might have the worst menus and UI responsiveness that I've seen in the entire series, and that's not an exaggeration. Menus lag like crazy, especially in a career mode. You press a button and nothing happens, then it suddenly skips ahead like it just woke up. You're stuck fighting the UI just to do basic stuff like changing formations, navigating team list, or switching tabs. It's sluggish, unresponsive, and weirdly clunky for a game made in 2024. Even something as simple as browsing players or checking stats takes way more effort and steps than it should. And you know, maybe that would be okay if the menu was at least pretty, but I don't think it is. To my taste, it's actually quite ugly. So what FC26 really needs is a complete UI overhaul. Scrap the whole damn current system. Build something clean, snappy, and easy to use. Because here's the thing about the UI. Good UI design disappears. You should not even notice it. When menu design is good, it basically gets out of your way so you can just focus on the fun part of the game, on the actual gameplay. But in EA's FC games, the menus are a constant obstacle. And that's just not acceptable in a game this big. So, this was my wish list for FC 26. Obviously, we've been burned on EA's latest football games so many times that I personally remain very skeptical about the quality of the upcoming title. Most likely they will do what they've been doing for many years now. Put minimal effort and focus on making as much money from not so microtransactions in the game. They will probably invest the most effort into the Ultimate Team predatory designs rather than improving the feeling on the pitch. And honestly, why shouldn't they? It really works. And it's not like we have many other options since Konami dropped the ball with Pro Evolution Soccer and no new title seems to be serious enough about the gameplay to take away EA's audience. But if they fix at least a couple of things from the top of this wish list, then the game may become worth our time. So, while I stay skeptical, I will have my fingers crossed, at least for running animations and defensive mechanics to be improved in FC 26. What do you think about this wishlist? Do you agree with my biggest pain points that I want improved in the next FC game? Let us all know in the comments. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, then be a good lad and hit that like button. It costs you nothing and helps my videos reach more people on YouTube. And if you want to see more football gaming videos like this one from me, then make sure to subscribe to my channel. Anyway, that's all from me in this video. Thanks for your time, and I'll see you in the next one.